Welcome to the annual Yorktown Day Celebration.
The American flag and colors of the United States Army are carried today by the Continental Color Guard of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard from Fort Myer, Virginia. The accompanying French colors are being carried by Sergeant Major Andrea Fields. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command Band from Joint Base Langley, Fort Eustis, Virginia. The Grand Marshal for today's parade is Major General Lonnie Hibbard. The Grand Marshal is followed by the Joint Services Color Guard with representatives from local military installations who carry their individual service color. And that was the United States Army from the Joint Base Langley, Fort Eustis, Virginia. The United States Marine Corps from the Naval Weapons Station, Yorktown, Virginia. United States Navy from Naval Weapons Station, Yorktown.
Detail! Eyes! Right!
The United States Air Force from Langley Air Force Base, Virginia.
The United States Coast Guard
from the U.S. Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. Ladies and gentlemen, the Yorktown Choir and Uncle Sam welcome you to the celebration of the 238th anniversary of the British surrender in Yorktown. Happy Yorktown Day. The Fifes and Drums of Yorktown was formed for the American Bicentennial Celebration in 1976. Today, they continue their mission to recruit youth between the ages of 10 and 18 and train them in the rudiments of drill of 18th century music. Please welcome York High School Marching Falcons under the direction of Mr. Richard Purvis. Also, from York High, the York High School Navy Junior ROTC Corps of Cadets. The York Navy Junior ROTC unit is made up of 136 students from York and Grafton High Schools. Next are representatives of the York County Historical Committee. The York County Historical Committee is a group of volunteers. Their purpose is to document, celebrate, and perpetuate York County's historical significance. Now we welcome the Bruton High School Marching Panther Band, who are led by Drum Major Isaiah Bennett and under the direction of Miss Cara Townsend. Please welcome these newcomers to the Yorktown Day Parade, Girl Scout Service Unit 150. Girl Scouting builds girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Service Unit 150 York Nicholson has over 500 girl and adult members serving our community here in Yorktown. Another first-timer is Job's Daughters International of Virginia. This is a girls' youth leadership organization teaching young women project planning, how to run a business meeting, civic responsibility, and respect for our country and elders. Next is the award-winning Tab High School Tiger Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Benjamin Lawson. Please welcome the Tab High School Navy Junior ROTC Cadet Corps, established in 1972. This is Tab's 47th year, and the Naval Cadet Corps have been there for every step. The Corps Commanding Officer is U.S. Navy Commander, retired Greg Bruton. Now introducing the York County Historical Museum, which includes all periods of local history. Representatives today are reenactors from the World War II 101st Airborne Division Reconnaissance Platoon and Intelligence and Reconnaissance Platoon. And now we have the USS Yorktown CG-48 crew members and family, commissioned in Yorktown July 4th, 1984, and they protected America through December 10, 2004, when it was decommissioned. From Grafton High School, the Grafton High School Marching Band, under the direction of Mr. Darren Kirsch. Welcome to Graft High School Chorus. They will be performing the Battle of Yorktown from the musical Hamilton.
The world turned upside down. The world turned upside down. Down, 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 down. Freedom for America, freedom for friends. Down, down, down. We won, we won, we won. The world turned upside down.
And for the finale, the 3rd United States Infantry, the Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps from Fort Myer, Virginia. We are pleased to have the Old Guard join us each year for our Yorktown Day Celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome for the 3rd United States Infantry, the Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps.
On behalf of the Yorktown Day Association, the Daughters of the American Revolution, and the National Park Service, I would like to welcome you to the 238th anniversary celebration of the victory at Yorktown. We gather today to honor the American and French soldiers and sailors who fought here in 1781. Their victory brought about an end to the last major battle of the American Revolutionary War and secured independence for the American colonies. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Vivian Bugno, a student at Grafton Middle School, will lead us in the national anthem of the Republic of France, followed by the national anthem of the United States of America.
Allons enfants de la patrie, le jour de gloire est arrivé. Contre nous de la tyrannie, l'étendard sanglant élevé, l'étendard sanglant élevé. Entendez-vous dans nos campagnes mugir ces féroces soldats? Ils viennent jusque dans nos bras, égorger nos fils et nos campagnes. Aux hommes citoyens, formez vos bataillons. Marchons, marchons, qu'un sang est pur. Abreuve nos sillons. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
recognition of the Franco-American alliance that carried the day here in 1781, an alliance that is still strong 238 years later, we are honored to have with us today Mr. Francois Pengili, Consul General of France, who will deliver Yorktown Day greetings on behalf of the Republic of France. Please welcome Mr. Pengili.
Distinguished guests, officers, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor for me to be here today. As Consul General of France in Washington, D.C., and on behalf of the Ambassador of France to the United States of America, Mr. Philippe Etienne, to celebrate the 238th anniversary of the victory of Yorktown. France is proud to have been the first ally of the United States and the first nation to recognize their independence. May the remembrance of this founding act of the friendship between France and the US feed the present and inspire the future of the relationship between our two countries. On the 6th of June this year in Normandy, on the occasion of the celebration of the 75th anniversary of D-Day and in the presence of President Donald Trump, French President Emmanuel Macron highlighted how the victory against inhumanity would have been impossible without the decisive contribution of the United States of America. He also mentioned on this occasion the universal values which the Founding Fathers defended when more than 2 centuries and a half ago France came to support their independence. On that very special day, he stressed on the importance to prove ourselves worthy of the heritage of what he called the promise of Normandy. As an echo to the words of President Macron when talking about D-Day, this commemoration today is also an invitation to renew constantly this long-standing pact uniting France, America, and liberty, and to be faithful to the promise of Yorktown. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest speaker, Mr. J. Michael Moore.
Good morning. Thank you. It is an honor to speak with you today. Over 40 years ago, my parents first brought me to Yorktown as a small child from Newport News on our regular Sunday drives. In the back seat of a green 1969 Volvo, I was excited as we turned off of Denby Boulevard onto Route 17. And as we turned onto Cook Road, I got really excited. Right before my young eyes were cannons, flags, fortifications, and monuments to the soldiers who fought here in the Revolutionary War. Today we celebrate this most important victory in our War of Independence. However, this victory would not have been possible without the diplomatic, financial, and military support of the Kingdom of France. In 1778, King Louis XVI formed an alliance with the fledgling United States of America in a war against Great Britain. France provided 90% of our firearms, the majority of our gunpowder, and direct military aid and naval support to the United States. Although a worthy adversary, Lord Cornwallis had no choice but to surrender to the Franco-American Army on October 19, 1781. We continue to celebrate Yorktown as they did 138 years ago when President Chester A. Arthur arrived in Yorktown for the centennial celebrations in 1881 and set the cornerstone of the Yorktown Victory Monument. In 1924, the Comme de Grace chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution was organized here by Mrs. Chenoweth and many other local ladies who cemented the annual celebration of Yorktown Day that has continued to this day. Throughout the 20th century and now into the 21st century, American and French citizens come together each year as free people, reaffirming our continued alliance and commemorating the Allied victory here in Yorktown. To our French allies, I say with all appreciation, Vive la France! To my fellow Americans, I say with all devotion, God bless America.
2019 marks the 4th year that the National Park Service has collaborated on an art competition among all York County Public School students, with a theme that focuses on some aspect of Colonial National Historical Park and what it means to the local community. Students were encouraged to come up with artwork that gave a visual interpretation through their creativity of what this year's theme meant to them. All 19 county schools had the opportunity to participate, and 35 pieces of artwork were submitted for display in the Yorktown Visitor Center, just a short distance from where we are today. From those 35 artworks, judges selected 6 that received recognition as the top 3 for both the elementary school level and the high school level. Before presenting the awards to the first place students, we would like to thank York County School District, all of the art teachers throughout the schools, and especially Ms. Christy Pica, the coordinator of art and mathematics for York County Schools. The winners are first place elementary school level from Tab Elementary School, Gabrielle Slayer. Art teacher is Mary Carter. First place high school level from Tab High School, Crystal Rivera. Art teacher is Michelle Williams. We gather on this auspicious day to remember the tremendous victory here in 1781 that made our nation free. It is important for us to bear in mind, however, that independence and freedom require no less vigilance to maintain today than was required by our colonial forebears 238 years ago. We pause during today's commemoration to remember our fighting men and women currently serving in harm's way, on the air, on land, and at sea around the world, and note their role in the continuing fight to maintain independence. Will you please join me in observing a moment of silence in honor of our fighting men and women serving throughout the world and in memory of those who have made the supreme sacrifice in defense of American freedom for the past 238 years. And now, in memory of those who lost their lives during the struggle for independence at the Siege of Yorktown in 1781, a wreath will be placed on the Monument to Alliance and Victory.
Let us pray. Most loving God, as we come to celebrate all those men and women who gave a sacrifice for unity and for peace, let us also remember the sacrifice of all those who were lost in conflict. I pray that it is your will that we give thanks for all things, to fear nothing but the loss of you, and to cast all our cares on you who care for us. Preserve us from faithless fears and worldly anxieties, that no clouds of this mortal life may hide us from the light of that love which is immortal, and which you have manifested to us. For I ask it all in your name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's patriotic exercises.
Ladies and gentlemen, the origin of American military music can be traced to the fifers and drummers of the Revolutionary War. This musical heritage is represented today by the soldiers of the United States Army, Old Guard, Fife and Drum Corps. These active duty military musicians honor the soldiers of the past while displaying the discipline, patriotism, and precision of today's Army to audiences around the globe.
Here goes up.